I literally went from rags to riches, and so can you. I don't care how broke you are right now. You can make as much money as you want to make if you'll just follow some simple guidelines that I'm going to give you in this very short video. So I don't have time for a lot of specifics, but the warning is some of this just sounds like common sense, or it sounds too easy or too simple. Well, look, it is simple, but it ain't easy. So don't think it's easy for 1 minute. I don't sell easy, but I do sell simple. Look, I went from rags to riches. When my wife Eileen and I started our first business, we had $300, and that was all the money we had at the time. We had to sell a beat-up old Chevy. It was the 1985 Chevy van that only ran on 5 of its 6 cylinders, and it smoked. When you drove it down the road, it a thick cloud of smoke. We sold it for $300. We ran 2 very small 1/6 of a page ads in a couple different small magazines that are no longer in business, and we used the profits from those ads to buy 4 ads. We used the profit of those to buy 8 ads. Then we got into direct mail, and we kept doing what we call pyramiding our profits. We kept taking a generous portion of all the money we made, and we put it back into more of what made that money for us in the first place. And we just kept parlaying it, and we were living frugally, putting all of our money back in the business. I remember, this is a very distinct memory back then. This is something that happened almost 30 years ago. But I remember telling Eileen, when we have our first $1,000 day, we're going to take the whole day off and celebrate. Well, that day came and went. We did celebrate. Maybe we went out for lunch or something like that. And then I remember saying, when we have our first $10,000 day, we're going to take the whole day off and just celebrate. Well, again, celebration might have meant going out for dinner at Applebee's or something like that. I don't even think they had Applebee's in this area back then. But, the bottom line is we didn't do it. We kept working. The business became a part of our lifestyle. We found the right people. We found mentors, and we did exactly what they told us to do. Our first mentor was Russ von Holscher. At that time, Russ had been in business for 20 years. He had already made a fortune for himself and his clients. He told us exactly what to do and how to do it, and we did everything that he told us to do. It was only later, after we had achieved some success and I got kind of cocky and I was rebellious and, I started testing my own ideas. But in the beginning, if Russ told us to jump, we just asked him how high to jump, and I'm being metaphorical, of course, but we got involved in the right deals with the right people, and we had a team of people that were there to support us through some of the bad times. So we weren't just doing this on our own. Nothing could be more important. Eileen and I were always a team, but we had friends and family in the business with us off and on, always. To this day, I have friends and family in the business with me. My best friends are in this business with me. And I have family members that I'm in business with. So it's not just, I never have done it just by myself. There was something inside of me way back when I was dirt poor and I barely had a pot to pee in. There was something, a little voice inside my head that always knew that if I really wanted to get rich, which I did, I wanted to be a millionaire so bad, even though I really didn't know what it meant to be a millionaire. I wasn't born with money. I just wanted to be rich. I wanted to, I don't know why, I just had that strong desire. It was kind of irrational at the time. But I always knew that I couldn't do it on my own. So I feel sorry for people that can do it on their own sometimes. I mean, people that are extra gifted, I run into those people, a lot of times they just die broke. They have the ability to do everything themselves. They're so damn smart, and yet they try to do everything themselves, and they always, well, not always, but so many of them never achieve any kind of phenomenal success. I've always had friends and family in the business. I like to work within a team of other people. I would suggest strongly that you take a page out of my playbook on that. And the funniest thing is now, what prompted me to do this video, Rags to Riches, is all the people I run into these days, now that I'm soon to be 60 years old, and I live in a 13,000 square foot house. I drive a really nice vehicle. People just assume that I was born with money. How crazy is that? They just assume I was born wealthy or something like that. I must have had a rich father. Well, no, I didn't. And I barely had a pot to pee in. When I first met my wife, Eileen, oh, God, I was so broke. It's not even funny. But I had my first little business at that time, and the only reason she was even attracted to me is because I had a business, and I was giving it all I had, even though back then I didn't have much, you know. Her and I built a good team. So, look, what is the takeaway from this thing? Oh, by the way, it is funny when I run into people that just naturally assume, because I live in this big house, that I grew up with money or something like that. I've got a father like Donald Trump or something like that. Sorry, didn't happen that way. I was poverty level poor, but I'm also living proof that anybody can get rich. I guess that would be the one big takeaway. If you're in rags right now and you want to go to riches, just realize that you can do it. There's plenty of people that started even lower than I started that have made even more money than I've made. Plenty of them out there. So just get involved in the right deals with the right people. Now, if you're one of my clients, I am striving to be that right kind of person, and I've got the right deals. Granted, I am a little biased, of course, but if you're one of my clients, you know that I'm striving to have the right deals. If you're not one of my clients, you want to know more about what I'm doing, click on the link below. Thank you, and bye for now.